This is Arcadius, and welcome back to Naval. Today we'll be reviewing the ultimate mission for the current event for the Iowa skin. That is the New Jersey skin that I currently have equipped. Here she is. Like I said before, I really like this skin. It really does bring out a nice quality of the ship, and you do have the upgraded bridge, which to me is very important. So, we already went over the lightweight mission yesterday with Orion, and we were able to handle that pretty quickly and easily. However, the ultimate mission does not lie. It is actually very hard. I have tried it solo already once, and I failed miserably at it. So we're going to try and get ourselves a team today, and hopefully have some support and try and win this. So let's hop right in. Alright, so we have ourselves a game. We have a Lion, which is the St. Vincent there, a Charlemagne, and another Montana with another bot, Washington. And we have quite a few ships to deal with, so let's go through those. We have a Kaga Universe, which has all those heavy dive bombers. Well, maybe not heavy dive bombers, they're pretty easy to shoot down, but they just come at you in waves, and you can't shoot them all down quick enough. So we're actually going to go to the right here, because we already have two players on this side. We're going to stay on this side. So there's the Kaga Universe, there's a Kremlin, three Ekaterinas, actually three Kremlins, three Ekaterinas, three Lenins, and an H-45 super battleship. So we're going to try and take on all of those. So we're going to put our fighter in the air immediately. And it looks like everyone's coming this way. Charlemagne is a pretty fast ship, considering she's French. So she should be able to catch up to us relatively quickly. So for recommended ships, I would recommend tier 9.6 or 10 ships. Tier 9, like Lion, might not have enough firepower to actually do enough damage, at least in this stage. If you're doing the earlier lightweight stage, then that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, you just have to work over H-45. So I'm going to slow down here a bit, and hopefully we all start focusing on this H-45. Though it looks like Charlemagne is shooting at the Rodinas and Lenins, which is not exactly the best thing. We also need to take out that carrier. So if you do see the carrier, make sure you focus on that to the best of your ability, because the H-45 is not really going to do much at this point. So it looks like, I don't know who the carrier is focusing on right now. It looks like it's splitting between me and the other Montana, which is good, because if it splits up its firepower, then it's less of a threat to us. I'm going to take a risk. I don't know if I should go on this side of the island or not. Oh, it looks like that main is really getting a lot of damage there. How's the H-45 look? H-45 is still pretty healthy. Like I said, I've only played this once, so I really don't know what is the best target to focus on right now. There's the carrier. Alright, so let's see. Carrier's perfectly stationary right now, so let's see what we can do about that. I think I'm going to switch over to high explosive as well. So hopefully, ooh, that hurt. Wow, way to just immediately citadel me. That was nice. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can light a fire too on this Kaga Universe. And it looks like we're gonna just suffer here. Alright, hold on. We gotta back up a bit. Alright, we did get a double fire on the Kaga Universe. So let's just keep sending shells her way. And it looks like I'm not the only one firing at her, so that'll definitely help us. I'm improving my angle towards the enemy team, since it did run aground here. Another fire. That's 3 fires and more damage. Yes, I can't see her, but... Oh, there she is. Now I can see her. And we're going to start moving this... Well... Yeah, I can send a few shells towards this Kremlin, considering I still have a few shells left. And another fire, though she did put some of them out at this point. But we really need that Kaga Universe dead. Once she's dead, we're in a lot better position. And so we're just kind of sitting here, chilling. Kaga Universe is almost dead. Not quite sure who the Charlemagne is shooting at, but it doesn't really matter. I think we're able to handle this Kaga Universe. And then it's just a matter of cleanup. So let me heal a little bit more. Hopefully our Montana can heal a little bit more as well. It's like, do we get the kill? No, that's fine though. Alright, and now we're on cleanup duty. Oh, we do get the kill, awesome. So I know I still have high explosive loaded. Well, that's fine with me for right now. It's a very brave lion right now, considering she's fully broadside. Well, we're starting to get out of range, but we're going to try and do some high explosive spamming from here on stationary targets, such as this Lenin. And then move in a little bit closer and use our armor piercing. But for right now, we're just going to play it safe. The H-45 is all the way back there as well. We got a fire on the Lenin. I'm a little too far away to be confident in my armor piercing capability here. So I'm going to stick with high explosive for right now. The angle is kind of high though, so it might just end up being plunging fire. But we'll see. I mean, high explosive will still do damage and it'll set fires. And we still have over 20 minutes to do this mission, so it should not be a problem at all. Though I think I can switch over to high or armor piercing for Rodina here, if she's still alive by the time I switch. But I think I'm just going to keep firing high explosive right now. Because there's nothing wrong with setting fires and doing damage that way. And she's already sunk. Wow. Good shot to... I think that was the other Montana. Alright, so I think Lenin's going to be putting out her fires soon. So let's just send a few more shells her way. We have another heal. Looks like Charlemagne's on the move. So let's let her go. And this Lenin is trying to advance, it looks like. Alright, so let's see what we can do about that. And I think it's time to switch back to armor piercing as well. So far, we're actually doing really, really good. We've only lost the one bot, and we have a lot of health between all of our ships. We might not be the healthiest, but it's definitely not terrible. So I'm actually trying and get in range of this H-45 here, because we need to start citadeling her. And hopefully they'll be able to take care of the Lenin towards my nose, considering I am actually just doing nothing to her. Alright, but I think we are going to have to take care of some of these other battleships first. Ooh, am I being fired at? I am indeed. Alright, time to move. Let's send a few shells towards H-45, but I think we should be focusing on taking out the smaller ships first now that they are actually starting to head down in a somewhat organized manner. Ooh, 4 citadels on that H-45. That'll definitely help us. Alright, slow it down a little bit more now. Angle. And just keep them at range. Kremlin or Project 24 is actually a very, very strong battleship. I am not disappointed in her at all. Okay, we're still pretty good. I think they should... Wow, that accuracy is amazing. So that Kremlin should go down relatively soon. So let's shoot at this Lenin here. And what do we have left? We have the H-45, all 3 Kremlins, and 2 Lenins. Well, one Kremlin is about to go down, and the other Lenin is being worked over pretty quickly. And so there she goes. There's more Charlemagne shells. I still have 1 heal left. I'm not going to use it yet, because we still have to deal with the H-45, which honestly looks like it may... No, it's over there. I thought it was one of the battleships that was heading down here. I'm going to let... No, that works out. I was going to say I was going to let one of the other players take out the Lenin there, but it's already been done, so I don't have to worry about it. One thing, if you haven't noticed already about H-45 is, yes, she might have 800mm guns, but the shell velocity of those guns is absolute trash. On H-45 Mini, I think it's something like 500 meters per second or something. It's the slowest in the game. So yes, they might be big guns, but they're just giant cannonballs pretty much. Alright, so I'm thinking now might be a good time to push. Or at least slowly advance. Now it looks like the other members of my team are thinking the same thing. I probably should be switching to high explosive though, considering my angle towards all these battleships is pretty terrible. So we're going to switch over to high explosive here. And we're just going to advance at about 16 knots or so. I do still have plunging fire capability, but Kremlins are pretty strong, and I missed my shot anyways because they're also pretty fast. The H-45 is starting to close in though, and that will be a problem. I'm not quite sure what its secondary range is, but you should definitely do your best to stay out of it. And they're all going that way. I'm going to slow down a little bit here. And we got a double fire. Awesome. What does the Lenin look like? Almost sunk. Cool. So we're going to work on this Kremlin instead then. Maybe we can get a fire on her. And now we're going to stop. Got a fire on her. There goes the Lenin. That Kremlin's about to go down because the rest of my team has the broadside, which is fine. I don't need kills, I just need a win. And we're just going to keep trying to light fires on these Kremlins. So this Kremlin put her fires out. We set another one on that Kremlin. I don't know how well high explosive will be against H-45. I don't think I've ever tried it, honestly. Are you going to go down? We'll send one more parting salvo, I guess. We sink that Kremlin. Can we sink this one? Yep, we got her. Awesome. Alright, so let's see if high explosive is any decent against H-45. And I am going to start reversing because I don't know her secondary range. I want to say maybe like 12 or 15. Alright, so we already know that armor piercing is extremely good on her broadside. Let's see how well high explosive is. Actually, not terrible. Does the fire do damage? It does. It looks about 500 health per tick, I guess you could say. And we're going to start moving forward because I think we're going to be in her secondary range soon. So I want to get behind the island that's on my left right now. I just have to make sure not to run into it. So High Explosive is actually doing a lot of damage. Might as well pop our last heal, considering we pretty much have the ship sunk to right. And that will give us a victory. And I actually have not won this level yet, so that works out perfectly. So yeah, pretty straightforward. You have to figure out what targets are the most important to you at that time. Your priority should be the carrier because it's just going to keep sending dive bombers. I have not been able to figure out how many aircraft it has yet because I die before it runs out. So it could definitely possibly have unlimited aircraft, or at least a high enough number that it pretty much seems unlimited. So definitely take out the carrier if possible, then work up the rest of the bot ships, and then, well, work on the bot ships while keeping out of range and keeping a good angle towards H45. And then after everything else has been dealt with, then focus on H45. So 848,000 damage, 3 ships sunk, 177 shell hits, 19 aircraft shot down, 8 citadels, and 16 fires. And we got pretty good reward. Let's see. We're third in the team, so that Charlemagne definitely had a lot better experience. The accuracy that ship was showing was amazing. I don't quite have that ship yet, so maybe accuracy is her strong point. But there we go, we have ourselves a win, and that will wrap it up for today's video. If you like, and join me tomorrow while we go over the single challenge. I'm not quite sure what this entails yet, but I think it's something you can only do by yourself. So we'll try that again tomorrow. So again, thank you and take care.